special edition.
Cu cine de doar Sofi Tukker, Sophie Hawley-Weld și Tukker Halpern.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's a routine question for most of Summerwell's performance. You are for the first time here. What did you know about this part of the world, about Romania, especially?
Ooh, not very much. I had a friend from Romania in high school, and he was awesome. So that's really all I know.
Yeah. It's really beautiful. I mean, all we saw was basically the ride from the airport to here.
Yeah.
But I love it so far.
Maybe tonight you'll get the chance to visit
Yeah.
some nightclub.
So, what club should we go to tonight?
Control, yeah.
Control?
Yeah, I'll give you
That's the one?
I'll give you the address.
All right, let's do it.
So the name of the band is obviously a combination of your first names, but did you also thought of the comedian, the actress Sofi Tukker, the American?
Yeah, well, we put our first names together, and then we were like, oh, damn, there's already somebody with that name. So then we just changed the spelling, and honestly, it's really cool because we like to pay homage to her. She's such a badass. She's so cool.
Once we did our research, we were like, oh, it's okay to share the name with this lady. She's pretty
Really?
cool.
Okay. But if your band would be an actress, can you tell us what role in what movie it would play?
The band, Sofi Tukker.
Sofi Tukker, the band.
Yeah.
What?
I think the band would probably be the first female James Bond.
Yeah, good one.
That's a great answer.
All right.
Yeah.
You are a part of the great electronic music family. Is there any music type in the last, let's say, 5 years that you have noticed in particular? Music genre, new music genre.
I think we kind of try to pay attention to just good songs and not necessarily the genres, because there's so many like subgenres in electronic music.
Indeed.
It's kind of like hard to even keep up with them. And also when we make music especially, we try not to think about genres, because it's like we just want to make something that we love, and if it sort of sounds deep housey, or if it sort of sounds like Eurodance 2000s, like as long as we love it, it's fine, So
But do you think the future electronic music will be more complex, including more instruments, or more minimal, without voice, for example?
I think both. I think there's room for everything. I really do. For us, personally?
Not for you, in general.
In general. I really think... I think there's definitely more live elements coming into it, especially with live acts.
True.
Because
It's pretty unusual.
The market for DJs, just DJing only, is becoming less and less.
Yeah.
And the live electronic band thing is probably more popular and becoming more wanted, and makes more sense because it's harder to tour with a full band and you're making less money, and it's like there's a lot of things that go into it, but
it's still, it's pretty unusual. People get confused with what we do. They're like, are you a DJ duo? Are you a live band? Like, what's going on here? And
it's still not. Yeah, people still want to put it in boxes.
Yeah,
and
true.
it's. I think it's going to become way more blended. I think it already is, and I think it's going to keep becoming more blended. But there will always be space for great DJs, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be need and people wanting just someone to play great tracks and dance, and not have to watch people performing necessarily, but just like, being at a disco.
True. You get a lot of your inspiration for the songs, even for the first EP's title, from poems. So who are some of the people, lyrically and musical or otherwise, who have had a big influence on you?
Well, the first EP was named after a poem by the poet Mary Oliver, who I love. And then, of course, Chacal is a Brazilian poet that we collaborate with. And I really like
And Paulo
Leminski. Yeah, we've done some work with him. And some other Brazilian poets. And I really like Rumi and like kind of romantic spiritual poetry as well.
But why Brazilian?
Yeah, you have to tell us your connection to Brazilian culture. Is it a way of including the poetry in pop culture? the Brazilian poetry in pop culture?
Yeah, I mean, I think it happened really naturally. Like, I just love the sounds, and I love the culture, and I love the way that Portuguese sounds when it's sung. And
She was studying Brazilian poetry already in college, Portuguese poetry, and she met some of these poets, contemporary poets in college before we met. And so it was already a passion of hers.
Yeah, I started collaborating with them, and it just felt really natural. And then when we started working, I just kept that collaboration going.
Yeah.
You should do maybe some samba music, jazz samba.
Yeah, I mean, I was making like it was slower, like bossa nova samba music before when we first met, but it might come back.
Beautiful. It's just kind of boring.
Post dubstep samba.
You never know.
Yeah. Let's go back to your childhood and teen years. What was the first album you've ever bought? Was it CD, vinyl, or tape? What was
I
the
bought
album?
a tape of Big Willie Style, the Will Smith
Really?
CD. Yep.
That's
or
awesome.
the tape, yeah.
I don't remember what my first one was, but I just realized recently that I know every word on Elefunk, the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh.
Yeah, we just met Will.i.am, and then we went back and listened to all his music, and we were like, whoa, we know all these songs.
Yeah.
And can you explain your musical history, like any education or parental influence?
I mean, mine's all over the place because I grew up moving around the world a lot and going to different international schools, and everywhere I went, like, there was different music that was cooler in pop culture, and so I missed a lot of like what pop culture, like, we don't share a lot of musical history, and he is often baffled by my lack of knowledge.
It's crazy. She doesn't know like the most basic things that I
Give me some
thought
example.
everyone was just
And
born knowing.
He always just says, everyone knows that. I'm like, not everyone knows that.
Yes, everyone knows these
Give me some
songs.
examples.
What's this
God.
examples? Like any song.
I just happened like 10 minutes ago. Who were you
What?
talking about? You were showing us the Instagram.
Oh, I don't even remember.
I was like, I don't know who that
Just like
is.
most people. Just assume Sophie doesn't know them.
Okay.
I've tripped on A Good Time Girl from your Treehouse album. What was the story behind this song?
It's kind of cryptic. Okay, let me say it like this. Acting or thinking that you're above somebody is just as bad as acting or thinking that you're below somebody.
Whoa, it's
Because
philosophical
it's
almost.
philosophical. It is. But really, it was just about like playing games in either. It just sucks. I hate playing games. That's really what it's about.
You're about to go on stage. Tell us, what should you do before a Sofi Tukker concert and after?
Hydrate,
Stretch.
stretch. I don't know. Get ready.
Put your bag somewhere, be ready.
Yeah. Maybe if you're like wearing a sweater or
Drink
like a
some
heavy
hot
shirt,
tea.
like take it off.
Okay.
You know, get
Get
comfortable.
naked.
And afterwards?
And
Afterwards?
fuck.
Yeah!
Sorry, I don't know if I can say that.
It's okay. Did you get any negative reviews? Does criticism help you in the creation process, or does it break you down?
Well, because we have each other, I think we just listen to each other.
Yeah, we listen to each other, but we don't listen to too much
Good
criticism.
Very good
If we,
attitude.
this is how I think. If we see or hear criticism and it like really resonates with us, then we probably would have already told each other that. If that makes sense.
Wow.
Right, but if it comes and we're just like, no, I don't think so, then it's, I don't know, we have a really
Good attitude.
nice communication
And,
with each other.
Final question. Each time we're trying to have a quick view over the artist's mobile playlist. What do you listen to these days? Show us your phones.
My phone is in the green room, actually.
Oh,
All right, let me give you a couple.
yeah.
Give you a couple before we go listen to it before the show.
Oh, the new Robin song,
Yeah, the new
Robin.
Robin song.
Missing You.
Missing You is hot. Sounds just like a Robin song from 10 years ago, which I love. We were listening to the new Rufus Du Sol, the new Robin, our friend Henry. She's a
Last Dance. So
DJ
good.
out of the UK. She's awesome. The Blaze.
Ooh.
Some
Okay.
old Benny Benassi, Love Is Gonna Save Us.
Benny Benassi.
Song is so hot. We just released a song with Benny, so we were like, I was looking at the stuff he put out when we were like 10 years old, and it's so good. And it's so good. I can say that he's a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Red Light, Opal. Got some stuff all over the place.
All right.
All right. Sofi Tukker,
you.
thank you very much.
Thank
See
you.
you soon on stage.
Thank you.
Summerwell, un festival Orange.